Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Hope all my NBA fans out there are having a fantastic Thanksgiving, except Toronto Raptor fans. Now, that's not me just being a jerk. That's because, Toronto, Canada, they already celebrated Thanksgiving. But I still hope you are having a fantastic day, or if you are a fan of that team. But for today's video, man, what we are going to do is around this time of year, I like to go through every single NBA team and say one thing that team could be thankful for. Just because, through all like the rebuilds and trades and free agent signings and draft and all that stuff, man, the goal is to win an NBA championship. And for that to happen, there's got to be things about your team that you really like and just things that need to work going forward. So let me know in the comment section below who's your favorite NBA team and what's one thing on that team you are thankful for. And also let me know, man, what's the best Thanksgiving dish out there? Me personally, man, anything that's crispy. Some crispy turkey, some crispy mashed potatoes. I probably would not actually touch the crispy mashed potatoes. Probably want to stay away from those, man. So yeah, no, actually, I really like, I'm a dip boy, man. Like, if you got some good ass dip, I will hit up your Thanksgiving dinner, man. But let's go ahead, get going on this. Whoop! And go through every single NBA team. Tell you guys what I'm thankful for personally about that team. Looking at the Philadelphia 76ers, I think this season you got to be thankful for the depth. Ben Simmons and his issues, Joel Embiid not being completely healthy the entire season. This team is still to some extent hanging on, and a lot of that is because of guys like Tyrese Maxey, Drummond being a really good backup center, be able to fill in the shoes of, well, not fill in the shoes, but to some extent, man, do some things with Joel Embiid being out. So yeah, I think you got to be thankful for that depth. For the Milwaukee Bucks, definitely got to be thankful overall for loyalty. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo, this is the guy that once upon a time people were wondering if he was going to stay in Milwaukee long-term, signed a long-term contract, a while back, obviously won the championship, and he looks like he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I think loyalty definitely is the case for the Milwaukee Bucks. For the Chicago Bulls, this one is easy, man. You got to be thankful that it worked. I mean, a lot of people were roasting the Chicago Bulls in the offseason, just saying like, oh, they're just like, they're just throwing these guys together and it's not really a deep free agent class, and everything they've done has been working. I mean, I know, obviously no NBA team is perfect, but just the guys they put on the court, just the culture change in Chicago, it's been absolutely amazing to watch. DeMar DeRozan, like, huge shout out to him, man. Everybody thought he was washed up, and he's like, nah, man, I still got it. I just got to be in Chicago. You guys are going to see. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, now, this one's tough because there's so much to be thankful for. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Lord Markin at small forward seems all right. Ricky Rubio. Once again, man, you just got to be thankful for the team and, just the team in general. Like, they're losing Colin Sexton for the entire season. A lot of teams would not be able to bounce back from that type of thing. But this team just really wants to win. Like, there's a team where you just kind of see it, coming full circle in time and everything. So, yeah, overall, you just got to be thankful for the whole damn team. For the Boston Celtics, what they have to be thankful for is choice. And this is the choice in regards of having Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Now, there's a lot of rumors circulating around, if this team should keep both of these guys, if they should trade one of them. Regardless, having that choice and that ability to either keep this dynamic duo or be able to trade a 23 or 24-year-old superstar caliber players, like, for so many different assets. Like, just having that choice is something to be thankful for, deciding, like, what they actually are doing. I don't really know, but I personally love the duo, man. Like, I'm not getting rid of it, but that's just me personally. For the Los Angeles Clippers, man, we got to be thankful for regular season P. Yes, man. Just because, Paul George obviously going off this season, playing like an MVP caliber player, in my opinion. And when it comes down to it, Paul George gets roasted a lot for his playoff performances, but that does not carry to the regular season where he always is the top-notch player. So, yeah. Losing Kawhi Leonard, you think that would just be the death to any NBA franchise, but Paul George is like, no, man, we got this. For the Memphis Grizzlies, okay, I guess overall it's got to be Ja Morant. Sometimes you can draft a point guard with a top pick, and it can go, three different ways. They can obviously become a superstar player, they could be a bust, or they could just be like, okay, this is a guy like on a basketball team that's like a decent point guard, but nothing like crazy. But Ja Morant definitely has taken the leap. In my opinion, man, he's going to be near, all-star probably this season, in my opinion. And he's only 21, very well could take that superstar leap very, very soon, if not already. But a little premature to call it that, but yeah, you gotta be thankful for Ja Morant. For the Atlanta Hawks, what I'm thankful for with this team overall is just the whole, like, makeup of the team. Just, I'm gonna say probably the balance. I think this team has really good balance. When you look at just a mix of young players and having, veterans out there and different, skill set type of guys and everything, and really just the ability to have this foundation with the Atlanta Hawks. And, certain things don't work out. Like, you have assets to trade to fix certain holes within the team. And I think just having that overall depth, like, I mean, come on, when you go down the roster, like, Kevin Huerter, 74 overall, and you got all these players ahead of him. And Kevin Huerter, in my opinion, is like a pretty solid NBA player. So, yeah, still some things that have to come together chemistry-wise, but the depth is definitely there. For the Miami Heat, I think you got to be thankful for Tyler Hero, man. Like, a lot of people were roasting him last season, saying he kind of took like a sophomore slump. I mean, maybe a little bit. I think people were a little hard on him, though. But this year, he's a completely different player. He looks like that guy, you know, from the bubble and everything, man. Bubble hero out there. So, really has been a hero for this team. And in my opinion, man, like, you know what you're going to get out of Jimmy and Bam, but Hero really needed to step up, and he did that. So, yeah, definitely got to be thankful for that. For the Charlotte Hornets, you got to be thankful for Airbnb, a.k.a. Ballin Bridges. I love this duo personally. It just kind of works. Age-wise, you know, LaMelo's obviously only 19. Bridges is only 23. So this is a duo that, you know, it's a foundation to kind of start working with. And there's obviously some other really good pieces on this team. But this right here, man, like, it kind of gives me, like, because, like, with LaMelo's, like, passing, I mean, I'm not, like, making these player comparisons, but just, like, the athleticism of Miles Bridges, like a Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire type of foundation, and that's really great. So, yeah, I know that's a big, huge comparison, but it's like a new age type of, like, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, I guess is the best way I could put it, man. I don't really know. For the Utah Jazz, I think overall, you could be thankful for consistency. The Utah Jazz, every single season, like, we know who they are, which is not always a good thing when you're trying to win a championship, because you do want to have, like, some sort of element of surprise come playoff time. But overall, you look at the team, man, it's just a good, solid foundation in the Utah Jazz, and I think you just got to be thankful for that. For the Sacramento Kings, I think you got to be thankful that Luke Walton's no longer the coach. You know, time for a new era there. They got Gentry as the coach right now. I don't know if he's gonna be like the long-term guy there or whatnot, but you know, I know I watched like the first game when after Luke was fired and they were on like the 3-guard lineup, which is kind of intriguing. And I think when you have just so many different pieces on a team like this, you got to be open to change and trying new things out, and you know, just have like that what do we have to lose except more basketball games type of mentality, man. So yeah, I think you gotta be thankful for that in Sacramento. For the New York Knicks, you gotta be thankful for no more bitch-ass contracts, man. For a long time, the Knicks were just the laughing stock, not being able to sign, like, big-name free agents, and maybe the draft not always going the greatest. And we all know the Joakim Noah contract from years ago, and, you know, just things like that, man. But that's no longer the case with this Knicks team. They have a toughness. They have that Tom Thibodeau, you know, coaching mindset and everything. I really like the New York Knicks, and it just makes me happy to see that this team didn't, like, sell out and sign all like these superstar players. Like, they did a full-on actual rebuild, and I think there's some pride to be having, you know, to be doing that for your team. Whether I'm sure that wasn't the intention. They wanted to sign big name players and everything, but you know, the rebuild's working, so you got to embrace that if you're, you know, part of that Knicks culture. For the Los Angeles Lakers, you got to be thankful for the brand, man. The Lakers have struggled this year. You know, early 25% completion of the season has kind of pointed towards the Westbrook stuff not exactly working, but then again, man, like, you know, we got a whole rest of the season to kind of figure that out too. But regardless, with the Laker brand, they are a team that has the ability to make those changes quickly if needed. Like, if they need to get rid of somebody to, if they need to get rid of a Westbrook or something like that, like, teams will trade with the Lakers, or, you know, even in the long term, it don't work. Like, free agents will come to the Lakers. Like, having that brand is so powerful when going, you know, through maybe a failed experiment, because you can bounce back from it pretty quickly, you know, more so than other teams probably could in the smaller markets. For the Orlando Magic, I'd probably say you got to be thankful for some of it working. And by some of it working, I mean, there's a lot of young players on this team, and some of them are not going to work out. Some of them are. Some of the early signs, obviously, is, you know, guys like Cole Anthony is a beast. Franz Wagner has been a top, you know, Swiss Army knife type of player for the squad. So some of it's working out there, man. You know, Jalen Suggs, I still think there's some choices to be made. I mean, the guy listed as shooting guard. Jalen Suggs is not a shooting guard in the NBA. He's listed as a shooting guard. He has to play shooting guard because of all the guards on the team, but we're not here to roast, though, man, unless it's a damn turkey, right? So, yeah, okay. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, I guess you got to be thankful that Luka committed to the team. We all knew, you know, especially in the offseason, there was some rumors out there that Luka was not seeing eye to eye with the rest of the management and everything like that, the squad, but, you know, a 6-year Supermax contract says otherwise. So that is something to definitely be thankful for. Everything else can fall in place over time when you got a superstar 22-year-old on a 6-year contract. So, yeah. For the Brooklyn Nets, I mean, how many teams could lose Kyrie Irving and still be considered a favorite in the NBA? Not many. So, yeah, I mean, James Harden, Kevin Durant, that duo is something you still gotta be thankful for. So, yeah. Okay, for the Denver Nuggets, damn, man. This team had a lot of injuries. He's had a lot of injuries, but you gotta be thankful for the MVP, Jokic. Jokic was one of the more underwhelming MVPs, I guess. Like, people just weren't really talking too much about it, but fact of the matter, this guy makes his teammates better. So, yes, Murray's not playing. Mike Porter's got back issues. But Jokic does not have back issues. He can put the team literally on his back. And whoever you want to put out there, man, have that be Bones Highland or something like that, man. Anything can make it work. So, yeah. For the Indiana Pacers, you got to be thankful for having a lot of good trade assets. I feel bad for the Pacers because on paper, they always look really good. And these are a lot of players that could help out a lot of different teams. For whatever reason, it's not really working in Indiana in the long term. So I guess you gotta be thankful for that, right? Like you, by having all these assets, like you could start a full-on rebuild very quickly and probably with some quick success. For the New Orleans Pelicans, man. Well, hopefully we'll be thankful for them Atkins diet pretty soon or something like that, because the reports is that Zion is having some big-time issues with his weight. So yeah, I mean, losing weight's difficult, but if they can figure it out, they'll be all set, man. I don't. This one was tough. For the Pistons, me personally, I'm thankful for a big old help in a beef stew and ham. Cunningham, that is, man. Mainly Cade Cunningham. We got the first pick in the draft. Pistons historically have had very poor luck with their draft choices. And I know it's very early on, but Cade has gotten, youngest player in Pistons history to get a triple-double. Yes, he makes a lot of rookie mistakes, but he's a rookie. But when he's playing really good, he's playing really damn good, and you can definitely see the future of Cade Cunningham. So, yeah, as a Piston fan, that's definitely what I'm most thankful for. Is just like, it appears to be working. It appears that we made the right choice. That's no disrespect to Jalen Green, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley. All guys that are great players with their respective squad. I think even in the way of looking at Scotty or Mobley, those guys are in their perfect situation where if the Pistons would have drafted one of those guys first, I don't think they would have been as good as they are with their current team. I just think it's kind of all worked out. So, yeah, I think we can all be kind of thankful for that. For the Toronto Raptors, speaking of them, you got to be thankful for Scotty Barnes being a top rookie in this draft class. There was a lot of talks of them going for like Ben Simmons and stuff like that, but they don't need to trade away assets for Ben Simmons. Like this team, like Scotty is 19, man. Like this kid is so good. He's going to be good for the next like 17 years in the NBA, maybe even longer than that, man. Cause I just really like his skill set overall. Just a really good balanced player. So yeah, you guys found your guy in Toronto, and I mean, if anything, if there's anything to be said about the Toronto Raptors, when they can find that guy, it leads to a championship. Like literally, Kawhi was the missing piece of that team. Now, obviously, Scotty's not Kawhi Leonard quite yet, but you can, man, you can see the future with the team. For the Houston Rockets, I mean, you can be thankful for like Jalen Green and Sengun and kind of the young players out there. I mean, yeah, the team's really bad this year, but fact of the matter, you have an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old who both look like they could be future stars in the NBA, especially Jalen Green could be a future superstar for sure. So, yeah, I think you can be thankful for that. For the San Antonio Spurs. Whoo, man. I think you can be thankful for the commitment to the rebuild. This prior offseason, well, I guess it was a while before that, but I guess it goes back to last season, getting away from LaMarcus Aldridge and eventually DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay, like they've embraced the rebuild. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The quicker you do that, the quicker you rebuild your team, right? For the Phoenix Suns, the team's so fantastic. I mean, you got to be thankful for the whole entire team, man. You got to be thankful that they weren't just like this team that just got to the finals because of so many injuries. Like, no, man, like I was never one of the people saying that. This team is for real. This team, just everything about it is built perfectly. And yeah, not a team you want to see come playoff time, please believe. For the OKC Thunder, I mean, you always got to be thankful, not only for the draft picks, but also just for the overall young depth of this team. Like, they're so far ahead, not only having all those draft picks, but having, a foundation of Shea and Giddey and Dort. Like, that's a really good place to be. That's a really good place to be. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, all things considered, man, I don't really know what the future for this team holds. Ant-Man's fantastic, but regardless of what happens with this team, whether trades happen or they try a different type of like bringing in new players, you got Ant-Man at the end of the day. And, you know, you can put, I mean, he's only 19. There's so many different ways you could build around him, and they have the assets to do so if needed. For the Portland Trailblazers, I mean, once again, you got to be thankful for the loyalty of Damian Lillard. It just seems like he has every reason to request a trade if he wanted to, but it doesn't seem like that's ever going to be the case. So, yeah, got to be thankful for that. For the Golden State Warriors, you got to be thankful that, I mean, for one, that Curry's just a beast, but they are probably the top team in the NBA, and that's without Klay Thompson or James Wiseman. Like, you gotta be thankful for Jordan Poole and, you know, Draymond Green, Wiggins, Curry, all of them, man. So, yeah, just so much to be thankful for over there. And then for the Washington Wizards, you gotta be thankful for the Russell Westbrook trade. This team is a better team without Russell Westbrook. They have guys that have embraced, you know, being just like this new Washington Wizard culture where they are allowed to play their way where maybe they couldn't on, you know, playing with certain guys like LeBron or on the Los Angeles Lakers in general in the past and stuff like that. Or even Dinwiddie, you know, being behind Kyrie Irving and stuff. So, yeah, just a lot of good things to embrace with this team. And yeah, man, that's all we got for this video. So, you know, I'm nothing special with this video. I just think it's important to be thankful and, you know, remember certain things about, you know, not only our life as far as basketball fans, but just your life in general. So, yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.